Hey guys, it's Bobby from MBgamerz and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy Reborn. And we are going to begin this video by talking to Minfilia. Sylph Management. Minfilia needs you to investigate the Sylphs.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Alright then. So we gotta go to the Adder's Nest. So let's teleport to Gridania. Come on, load screen. Okay. Okay. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon science once more if we are to... beg your pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think out loud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? And a level up. Level 23. Okay. We come in peace. Commander, I can't pronounce her name, has been waiting the aid of the silence. And when it goes up. Whoa, if it isn't Private Half Moon reporting for duty, that's the zeal I like to see from an enterprising young servant. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but another business brings us here today. Ida, Papalimo, always a pleasure to see you two. My men tell me you quest in the name of the science of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you heard that the investigation of the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that's caused the depths of the Twelvewood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceful bunch, but much to the delight of the Elixir, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is the same mind, of the same mind, and is precisely for that reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Remua has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there even be a silver of chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylph tribes, it is a possibility that we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Remua, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. Yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at that answer. Opinions abroad within Gridania, but to listen only to the ones known is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an imperial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you science come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untampered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on the tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Civic traditions and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural flux get in the way of productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hotham Hut. Our officers stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hogthorn Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing the West Shore pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be a straightforward, as you say, Papalimo. Alright. Let's go. So where's the West Shore Pier? Where the Lancers Guild is. I think I have a Lancers quest there as well. Yeah, could do this after that mission. This mission. Just teleport there. I don't even have the Lancer's Guild. Okay. So let's make the trek. Okay. Right, there's the Lancer's Guild, I believe. Alright, let's tune to the safer rate. Now let's talk to this person here. The fairy docked at this base of the hill will carry you across the lake to East Shroud. Once you are ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorn Hat without much trouble. The Hawthorns are most welcoming folk who have shown us no small measure of goodwill. Still, a bit of courtesy goes a long way. I would encourage you to stop at the Full Flower Cone and introduce yourself to Rosa before you travel on. Okay. This way. Here's Rosa. An adventurer, thank the 12. You could have come at a more opportune time. Please, you must help us. Why, it's our bees. The poor little dears are under attack by a murderous swarm of hornets. These beehives are our livelihood. You must save them. Okay. There we go. One down. No, I wish I had more attack. Okay. One more. Now let's speak to Rosa again. Thank you, friend. Finally, our bees can make their honey in peace. I knew you were the 12th son the moment I laid eyes upon you. You travelled to our hut, you say, and would speak with this servant officer there? There is one who goes by Amalan. He is the sentry of the Jocelyn Spire, but makes regular incursions to our hut. He's quite enamored of our honey and tells of my husband, Ruffle. Though I found him to be lipped around those he's unfamiliar with. Oh, I know what you might try. We might try. Why don't you take a jar of fresh honey to him? I reckon you'll find him more than talkative then. Okay, awesome. Not far enough, there's an Averite. I think I'm attuned to that one. Yeah. Here we are. Indeed, I am a man of the Twin Adder. Your face is unfamiliar too. You have a present for me, you say? A jar of Rosa's honey and freshly harvested to boot. You certainly know how to make a first impression, friend. Ah, so you are the adventurer of whom the commander spoke. Do forgive me for being curt. My stomach was rumbling something fierce. My word, this honey, like liquid gold. Forgive me. You have come to discuss not honey, but sylphs. For all their whimsy, they are a weary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Stride. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all. No? Would you know more? And you do well to speak to Rosa's husband here. Rather, he's forgotten more about the sylphs than I ever know. Come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they are peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. They're beg my pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Alright. The sylphs, yes. Father told me these stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do your best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up in a mess of glyphs, squiggles and chocobo scratches. Teehee. Okay. Who else I've got to talk to? Anyone in here? Nope. There's one person. The sylphs investigate. The sylphs? Furtive tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they are adorning marble faces on our masks. The next day they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of the ravine. Oh, merciless. Tell them to stop, and they just laugh at you. Brother claims they harbour no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Alright, next one. The quickest way to the quivering woman's heart might be through her stomach, but I don't even think of trying to force your foodstuffs on the sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. And he actually dances. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just might help you win the favor of our little forest plants. Ah, dancing is a way of saying hello. Okay. First impressions. Raphael Halsthorn would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the sylphs. Oh, still here? Great. There's one more thing you should know, that the sylphs, they don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed to earn their trust. You do well to bring along what was it again? And Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the Coon. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Okay. Oh, I'm in a ditch. Okay. Fate. Just always good to check. A peace offering for the sylphs. I'll give you another jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what they call the root of the most finest seedskin, the orchard. When chewed, it exudes the cloudy liquid that said to induce curious visions in the limbier. You not catch me dead trying that stuff, but still seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen the intro around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to simulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example? You might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Alright. Oh. Over here. Oh. There we go. Come on. Alright, back to Rosa. Oh no, back to Raphael. Her husband. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot, but of course, these so scaff like that cloudy stuff. As quick as I do a flagon of mead, the effect's just about the same as well. Anyway, a gift of Milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment you lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap it up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Okay. First contact. Ruth Hosthorn has gift wrapped you an offering in preparation for your journey to the Sylph's Dynamis, or whatever it says. I've taken the liberty of wrapping the Milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from this awful stench. The sylphs love that stuff, love the stuff, but me, I bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of a moral that put an end to my venturing days. But I can tell you that story for another time. You have more important matters to attend today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They're not shunned when those intentions are true. May your parley be fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower meat with your name on it, if you regale me with your avenging tales. Ah, and before I forget, I don't go trapezing off just yet. And man would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Alright. It's good to see your knowledge of the Sylvan culture has matured. I see no reason to delay the mission any further. Upon arrival of Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Calypsio. He has served the intimacy between our people on an occasion, and has the close ear of the tribe's elder. I see the Hellspawn has furnished you with some of the Malachus root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater importance for you to deliver, a missive from Elder Cecil herself. To summarize the letter's contents as in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and reinstates Gridania's desire to maintain a humorous relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixtal has taken a toll on our resources, and we can ill afford to get merged into another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of the mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Alright, off we go. Here we are. Then this one is. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. So we got dance for him. This will welcome walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one were to talk to this one will answer. This one is busy one. So what Walden one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Walker one brings milk fruit who grows this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many thanks. Walker one carries message for elder one. This one will deliver the message to elder one. Walker one should not worry. Hello there, we're MBgamerz from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. We come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Ramona. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania. Walking ones become a dancer one and brought milk root, but walking ones trick this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking ones should go home. Go home, you say? But the sylphs of Little Souls have always welcomed Gridanians' envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Violet here is an oath of peace, penned by the elder Soothsayer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one reasons are so business of walking ones. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do deserve such a rude welcome? Was Violet's insufficient jiggling? Don't judge my jiggling. I am so baffled as you, but something tells me recent events are as well fluttering friends feeling uncommonly wary. Would seem we have no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Alright, so I'm gonna end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the next episode, we will continue to investigate Little Solace. And with that, bye guys!